everybody, welcome to the Hacienda. Rivet here. Today we're going to make something delicious from the UK. We are making a steak and ale pie. Now, one thing I learned is that there is no steak in a steak and ale pie because there's no need to waste a good steak because it would fall apart during all the nice long braising. So what we've got here is an arm roast and some beef short ribs. Gotta have beef short ribs in a steak and ale pie. Now we need some good wine and of course the ale, Guinness Stout. Got a plethora of other ingredients, no room to show them. The ingredient list will be in the notes below and you can just follow along while we cook and take notes. So let's get going. In a pan with some butter and olive oil, we are going to brown the meat that we've dredged in flour. These are the pieces of the arm roast. I'll add the chuck. The short ribs. What we're looking for is this gorgeous Maillard reaction of the browning of the meat, and we're going to brown them on all sides. After all the meat is browned, we've got to set off to the side. In the same pan, we're going to deglaze it by frying up 2 carrots and an onion chunked up like this. And there's a method to this madness. And to that, we're going to add some of this delicious Italian tomato paste. About 2 ounces. It's half a tube. Okay. And we're going to mix that up really nice. This is starting to smell really, really good. And at this point, we'll put in the Bouquet Garni of rosemary and thyme. And we want about 3 ounces of Worcestershire sauce, give or take. You want to be generous with it. And to that, we're going to add the entire bottle of Rufino Chianti, as well as 3 bottles of Guinness Extra Stout. Once it starts coming to a boil, we're going to add some treacle. You can utilize molasses or brown sugar if you want, but we have treacle in the house. It's from the UK, so we're going to use it. So let's get all this stirred in nicely, and we want to keep this boiling and reduce it by half. Alright, so that sauce is reduced by half, 30 minutes over a medium-high boil. We put all the Maillardi beef into this pot. Now let's get that reduced sauce on top of it. I guess I could have done that on camera. I didn't make a mess. So we've got all that liquid in there, including the Bouquet Garni and the onions and the carrots. Now to that, we are going to add 32 ounces, 1 quart of beef broth. And if you have homemade, even better. Okay, so we got that quart of beef broth in there. So now we're going to cover this, stick it in a preheated oven at 320 degrees, and we are going to braise it for about 4 hours. So join me then. While the beef is braising in the oven, we're going to make some caramelized onions. And I got about 4 pounds of onions here, a stick of butter, and you notice we're using the same skillet. So far I'm loving this recipe. Oh, I didn't mention that I've never made this before. So this is my first go around. So at the end, tell me how you think I did. The end result is going to be what counts, is how good it tastes. But join me later. Caramelized onions are done. Turn the heat off. We're going to put them in a container, set them aside for tomorrow. And the braising beef is almost ready. Alright, so after 3.5 hours of braising, this beautiful meat is done. We don't want the veggies in there. And you see how I was talking about the steak at the beginning of the video. You don't want to use steak because it'll disintegrate. Whereas a tough cut of meat like arm roast, ribs, it's still holding its shape. Chuck works very well too. So let's get all the meat out of this. Okay, at this point, the oven part is over. I have separated the meat, put it in a separate bowl to cool down by itself. I've strained out all the solids. We're going to throw those away. And this is the remaining liquid. So if you've noticed, I have not added any salt to it yet. And I just tasted it. So we're going to add a little bit. It's going to need a little bit of sea salt. And we're not going to add a whole lot right now because Worcestershire sauce and stuff has a lot. Now, before I put it in the saucepan, I skimmed off I'd say about a third of a cup of the fat that came and rendered out. And this is the leftover flour from the dredging. So we're going to make a beurre mani, and that's going to be utilized to thicken that sauce. Okay, so this has now been reduced by half. About 35-40 minutes over high heat, medium. I tasted it for seasonings. I've added 1 teaspoon of coarse ground black pepper and another tablespoon of treacle. Now, I've made the beurre mani, and so we're going to start adding that little by little because we want to thicken this sauce, because this is going to be the matrix for our delicious steak and ale pie. And after adding the beurre mani, here's the sauce, and you can see how thick and luscious it is. I've tasted it, and strangely enough, it reminds me of mole. There are chocolatey notes in this sauce, and I don't know where it's coming from. The Guinness, the Treacle, certainly the Guinness, that's got chocolatey notes, but this is outstanding, and you see how nice and thick it is. Alright, so both this and the beef are going in the fridge overnight, and we'll make the pie tomorrow. Have a good night. And through the miracle of time, it is now tomorrow, and I'm going to cheat my way through building this pie, starting with these cheater pie crusts. I can't make pie dough to save my life, so we're going with this. What we have here is a combination of arm roast and short rib meat. I've tried to trim most of the fat off, and this is at room temperature. Chef Marco Pierre White prefers to have big chunks in his beef pie, so we're going that route. Now we have mixed that in nicely with the room temperature gravy that we made last night. So let's preheat the oven to 320 degrees and assemble the pie. Remember those caramelized onions? Well, they go in the bottom of the pie. We got this beautiful pie filled now. And I want to point out, I'm not sure if I said it before, all the ingredients in there are at room temperature, slightly cold. Now let's cap it. Well, not as professional looking as I would have liked it, but I think it'll work. Some beaten egg to seal the edges and the holes, so let's pop it in the oven. And here's the beautiful steak and ale pie, fresh out of the oven, 90 minutes at 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see if we can get a close-up. Oh, it smells really good, folks. Yeah, that crust, Pillsbury crust, is the way to go. That's good quality stuff. So now we're going to let it rest for 30 minutes, and then we're going to slice it and serve it. And there is a delicious slice of steak and ale pie. It smells awesome, and let me tell you, it's worth all the work. It took 2 days, and this is what I was looking for. I was looking for a pie that the innards just didn't gush all out, and that work, extra work in reducing the sauce and thickening it up is the secret. Okay, so let's taste it. Got a piece of meat here. It's so tender. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is, short rib or arm, but it's going in my mouth. That's arm roast. That is so beefy. Oh, and that gravy. Oh, yeah. Hey, let me tell you, that treacle is a secret. By the way, that addition of treacle was all on me. That's me. I have never seen any beef pies that I researched before making this utilizing treacle. That's a hot tip, folks. Okay, let's try the mixed meat. It's got some caramelized onion there and the crust. That's so nicely sweet. That sauce. Wow. The matrix. So good. And I only used half of what I made. I got enough meat and I got enough sauce, enough onions to make another pie. I got another set of crusts too. This is definitely a make again for special occasions. Because, yeah, it's a 2-day affair. Well, I guess you could make the first half a week in advance and keep it in the fridge. This is a piece of short rib. Oh my. Hey, thanks for watching, people. Y'all take care.